Alan, good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Views.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Beautiful day out. How's
Yes.
how's the week been so far?
Yeah, well, it's been great. It's been good. Lots. We're doing our own videos. It's a lot of meetings, and it's just great to see everybody.
Yeah.
Like that's the nicest part.
It looks like you literally landed here from Denver at Stream TV, and everything we read and saw, the word of the event was fragmentation.
Yes.
What are you seeing in the world of the media landscape with fragmentation? And one, how are buyers navigating it, and what are marketers and I guess sellers of media trying to do to solve it?
Well, the problem is that you can't just buy mass audiences anymore. There's no mass media, right? There's no mass audiences. So you have to try and find your audiences where they are. And the audiences are in all of these little bubbles. We're calling it fetal media, that these little disconnected bubbles that really don't have anything to do with each other. So you really have to be smart about where you're looking for them. And the smart advertisers saying, okay, like we can't just go by primetime anymore and hit everybody. We've got to figure out where our audience is and then hit them in the places that they are. Sometimes that's TV, sometimes it's not TV, but we have to sort of do a full plan. And we have to understand that like sometimes you can reach them in unexpected places like TV, even if it's a young audience.
Yeah. Is there anybody that you've seen who's doing it better than others, or are there some hacks or things that you've seen that would work? Any recommendations to people trying to solve that fetal media bubbles?
I mean, I think that you see, so some of the more upstart brands are doing a good job because they're sort of sponsoring the bubbles, if you will. They're like finding some community and saying, "Hey, where are you guys? Where are you guys?" And that really works. The people who are struggling are the bigger brands because it's sort of they're mass brands don't have much of a place in this. Mega brands don't really have much of a place in this new universe. Or it's really tough for them if their audience is like, "Hey, everybody with a mouth or everybody with an ear." Like how do you get those? And they sort of have to pick and choose, but it's much tougher than in a time when there was mass media. And say if you were McDonald's, you could build your brand by just running primetime and know that you'd hit everybody in America.
It's a great point. I mean, with that in mind, what do you think the market is still underestimating with regards to distributor inventory in CTV, right? Somebody like a Spectrum Reach that's putting the different apps and content back together.
Yeah, I think I think some of them are some of them get it and some of them are sleeping on it. Some of them are sleeping on the value of something like a Charter Spectrum where you can reach these different groups in places where they are active and they are watching. Right. And people say, oh, young people don't watch TV. Like less young people watch TV than 40 years ago, but plenty of them still are, and you can reach them there.
Yeah. No, I continue to think about this concept of reach, simplicity, and precision, right? And the desire to be all three. I selfishly feel like as a distributor, we're in that place and you don't have to sacrifice one for the other, but it does seem like marketers often choose one of those paths as a starting point of how they want to transact and solve for the challenges and the fragmentation we see. So looking ahead, what do you think will separate media partners in an ability to earn trust and simplify the way, the industry is so fragmented?
One word: transparency.
Transparency. I completely agree. We talk about all the time our data signals, our selling title transparency through Gracenode and providing the content and the adjacencies of where you're running, as well as the screen and the device. And there's so much inventory, right, that is sort of obfuscated or it's still very gray. The theme for me this week has been a return to premium, a return to trust. Yeah. With abundance of scale, I think brands can be more selective in who they work with.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because too often, so much of programmatic stuff is sold as if on TV is sold as if it was digital inventory. And a digital inventory is sort of like, well, you reach your audience. Why do you care where it ran? Right. But no, it's TV. I do care where it ran. Yeah. And like you have to tell me. And if I'm a programmer, you need to tell me where which of my shows are doing well. If I'm an advertiser, you have to let me know, well, where are my ads running? Like I need context.
Absolutely. So we're solving for a lot of things here today. There's a lot of brands with AI solutions. One, anything stand out to you from what you've experienced or what you're hoping to see over the next couple of days?
I mean, I think that, to me, the most interesting thing with AI is less about advertising because it's like a lot of it was already sort of automated. It's just a little bit more automated with AI. It's, you know, other things around the TV, like the discovery menu, sort of being able to have an interactive experience when you're trying to find a show. Like, why did you recommend that to me?
Yeah.
Because the lack of serendipity is a huge issue. And if you can sort, you know, and if the algorithm would just recommend you a show, a lot of times you're like, no, that's stupid. But if you can say, well, why did you recommend that? And it gives you a response. You're like, oh, actually, I may want to watch that.
That's a good point. And then fast forward, I mean, 2 years from now, which seems a long way away, but we'll be right around the corner. What do you think marketers are asking for at Cannes 2028, 2029?
I mean, I think it's a more advanced version of like, how do I reassemble an audience in this world where everything is split into these little bubbles? How do I find my people? How do I know that I'm not duplicating things? And then just, you know, how do I succeed in this world, you know, where I've spent so many years understanding how to manipulate mass media?
Right.
Like, how do I deal with it when it's gone?
Yeah, no, it seems like with all the choice and the abundance of platforms, there's a breakdown between execution and innovation.
Yeah.
Do we solve for that in any meaningful way? You know, I feel like practices and applications that can be adopted across, from whether that's measurement, whether that's ad formats, right? There's a need for things to be adopted and available across the industry versus a ability to create things for yourself. How do you see, you know, somebody building the capability for a walled garden versus building something that could be pushed out across the industry?
And I think the broader things are better, because the biggest issue is there's no single source of truth in measurement, right? Like, everybody's all over the place, and people want things that are sort of go all across, because there's more work for them if they have to deal with every little walled garden.
Right.
And, you know, they don't want to do the work. So give me something that works across everything.
Yeah. No, this is super insightful. Obviously, it's fun to ask you the questions.
Yes.
You ask a lot of questions. You get a lot of perspectives. It's wonderful to get yours.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.